What's up, everybody? Glad to have y'all back for another amazing episode of the Naqwatsveni podcast. Today I have Stormeelee Kipp. He is an actor from the Shoshone Bannock Blackfeet tribe, known for his role in the 2022 film Prey and Sooyii. He was awarded Best Actor at the American Indian Film Festival for his role in the film Sooyii. He was an athlete who earned an NCAA national title at Res before becoming an actor.
I'm an Indian outlaw, half Cherokee and Choctaw. My baby, she's a Chippewa, she's a one of a kind. All my friends call me Bear Claw. The village chieftain is my pawpaw. He gets his orders from my mama. She makes him walk the line. You can find me in my wigwam. I'll be beating on my tom-tom. Pull out the pipe and smoke you some. Hey, and pass it around. Cause I'm an Indian outlaw, half Cherokee and Choctaw. My baby, she's a Chippewa. She's a one of a kind.
What up, Stormeelee? How you doing?
Oh, what's up? Yeah, so let me I did Sooyii, and that's a Blackfeet word, and it comes from the word sweet the peaks, meaning water spirits. And because his first contact with the horse in the movie, we don't have the word ponogamita, which means horse in Blackfeet, means elk dog, right? You know, it's the size of an elk, but it carries your things like a dog. But anyways, so I was talking with the director and everything, and Jesse DeRozier, we worked on that. And Sooyii comes from the word water spirit, and so the horse, that's a rough translation because it's a creature, right? Creature.
Yeah.
Sweet Peaks is water creature, water spirits, right? I really don't know what the horse is yet. It's first time seeing it. So creatures. It's a creature. So Sooyii. Yeah. So all right. So that was pretty dope. And then I won Best Actor for that last December or November at the Native American Film Festival. That was an honor to receive that. And then Prey came out, and it was number one in Canada for 3 or 4 weeks in a row, and then it was number one in the North Hemisphere for a while. And then the other day I was looking at the IMDb, and apparently I was top 1,000 actors in the country.
Damn, that's what's up.
Yeah, on IMDb. I was like, oh damn, I didn't know I was that high. I don't know what the IMDb does, its rankings or star power. I'm not really sure how it works out, but I saw the rating, top 1,000. I was like, damn, that's what's up.
Hell yeah, dude, doing good, man. You're doing good.
And then, not too bad, but everything's going good. And then, oh shit, man, I've done a lot this year. So early January, February, March, back in, I want to say March or April. So Res is this giant conference, right? Reservation Economic Summit, where they have all the tribes come there from everywhere. You have corporations are there, the Goldman Sachs, U.S. Bank, like there's a lot of people there. A lot of money's floating around. It's where the tribes go to do business, essentially. And they have a high school division and they have a college division where they have competitions, right? And so I'm a student here at the University of Montana, and my team entered in for the college division, and we won the bastard. And I was like, God damn, we beat out some really good teams to win it. So that was pretty awesome. We beat out, because it's not, the competition is not just only for NCAA schools. It's for NAIA. It's for all the schools. And we have tribal colleges that compete, right? So we have a lot of teams that we beat out. And it was really awesome to win it. I made some great connections afterwards. So it reminded me of that episode on Reservation Dogs when they all have that IHS convention.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. I was watching that. I was like, God damn, that's literally so close. I was like, oh, that's so hilarious. But yeah.
I get where you're coming from, because like every tribe has that type of event that goes on for the youth, and it's crazy how they they had it spot on.
They did, man. They did. Then ran some track at the University of Montana for a bit. Did some stuff over there. That was fun.
Yeah, dude. And I was looking on your story earlier. You were. Can you talk about that film, or is that film still in development?
Oh no, we finished that one. Yeah, I could talk about it. So in the movie industry, they just don't come out with like one title for it. They have a working title, and then when it comes time to drop the movie or whatever it may be, they change the title to the real name. For example, Prey Prey was called Skulls, and then before they dropped Skulls, they changed it to Prey because Skulls was the working title. While we're all working on it, everyone calls it Skulls, and then when it came time to release it, it's called Prey, right? So the one I just got done doing, working titles Canoe Journey. I've heard other names what they're gonna drop it, but I don't know. And that one, I basically play a high school teenager who's on the West Coast, and I got a brother. We're going through some shit, and there's a little love triangle that happens between me and this very beautiful Indian girl, but she doesn't like me. She does like me, right? She likes my brother. There's a whole thing with that, and I'm really into rowing. That was really cool. I got to do a lot of rowing when I went over there to work it because I don't really, because I'm from the plains, right? So we don't do whole lot of war canoe stuff. And I'll tell you, that was different. Yeah, man, it was, the war canoes are something else. I spent a lot of time in the team rowing. It's what the colleges compete in too. They call it rowing, but it's only I don't know. It's like each one has like one giant oar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they call it rowing. I'm pretty sure that's what they call it, but it could be another name for it. Yes, I got to spend time on a 4-man row team for a minute. That was cool. Man, let me tell you, I was out in the water with that 4-man row team for about 15 hours just rowing. And every take, they're just saying, harder, faster. And they really want us to give us 100% every single take. You know, like doing that 15, first 4 hours was fun. And then after a while, you're like, damn, man, this is tough. Yeah,
Building
but
that.
yeah, and
Build,
there's a lot of technique. There's a lot of technique in how you do the oars too.
when is that movie coming out?
Word has it, 2023. That's word on the street.
So it could be a little bit longer than that.
It could be longer. I don't know, but yeah,
And so in the movie Sooyii, you were the lead actor in that role, right?
yeah. I was the lead in that bad boy.
How does that feel to be a lead?
Oh man, honestly, it wasn't too tough because I've done sports all my life, right?
Yeah.
So that's more intense than acting. I mean, the most intense thing I did on Sooyii, there's probably a couple scenes that were tough to do. There's a scene where I'm walking through my village and everyone's dead because of the smallpox hit it. And for everyone who doesn't know, the Sooyii's done all in Blackfeet, and it's all tradition. It's all a native cast, and so that was pretty cool. As I'm walking through that village, these are people I actually knew. Like some of the extras, I actually knew them, and I was looking at them, and they're just dead with smallpox. That was kind of tough because it was surreal. Because I know these people all my life, and here they are. They may be playing dead, but it looked so real. They
Mhm.
had the smoke rolling through. They had it. The location they chose was pretty dark, and yeah, so there's a lot with that. But otherwise, I had to do a scene where I was chasing buffalo on foot. Right, and there's about 300 to 200 in this herd, and I'm running on foot right next to them. And I got within 5 feet, and I have this spear, and I gotta like make it look like I'm throwing my spear at them and missing. And I'm running through the herds. I'm bobbing and weaving through them, and I did that for about 12 or 13 hours that day. They had this 4-wheeler following me, and it was that was pretty fun. Just getting within 10 feet, 5 feet within buffalo, and just maneuvering around them. Gotta be on your toes around those things, man, because they will fuck you up if you don't pay
Yeah.
attention, man.
So where can people see that film?
Sooyii has not come out yet either.
Oh wow.
Yeah, the Sooyii hasn't come out yet. Yeah, it's been a minute. So we shot that in 2020. I don't know when it's supposed to be released. I just know it's been winning a ton of awards at all the film festival it goes to, whether it's in Europe or here in the U.S. It's been winning awards at every film. A lot. Yeah, so it's been doing quite well. So I don't know when the director wants to release it. That's out of my department.
Dang, 2020.
Come out someday.
Yeah, because I was watching the trailer for that movie and I was like, yeah, this is a pretty dark movie.
Yeah, man, it was pretty intense.
Does it mess with your mentality, like your mindset, like seeing or being in that type of character?
No, not really, man. Not
Like,
really.
like how you said, like seeing people laying dead on the floor, on the ground, and walking to like the smoke and all that stuff.
I mean, yeah, helps you get into character better, I guess.
Hmm.
But otherwise, no, not really. As soon as the scene was over, the scene was over. It was on to the
Yeah.
next.
How was your childhood growing up?
Oh, pretty dope, I would say. Did a lot of horseback riding and swimming and playing sports, taking horses for swims. Yeah, that's pretty fun. I enjoyed it. Now I just get to do it on camera.
Damn, that's what's up.
Facts.
Did you grow up on the reservation?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I grew up on the Fort Hall Res until I was about 12, and then we moved to Missoula, Montana. Yeah, but when we moved, I would still in the summers I would always go back to Badger Creek, which is in Browning. By Browning, it's about 30 miles ish, and that's where we got all our horses. And I just go up there in the summers and do my thing, be an Indian. And then the school year, I'd come back to Missoula. But when I lived in Fort Hall, I got into a lot of fights, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't like losing. And I told my dad, I was like, I know I don't have to fight here in Missoula anymore, but I'd like to have that skill when I do go back. Because I know there's going to be some cats who are going to try me. He said, you're right. And he said, let me look around. And he was looking around at all the surrounding martial arts schools, dojos, whatever you have, right? And then, because some martial arts schools, I'll tell you this, they don't really know how to fight. They may teach you how to fight, but they don't they don't really, they show you how to fight, but they don't teach you how to fight, would be a better way to say it, right?
Yeah.
So my
Yeah.
dad, very intelligent man, went around to all the dojos, watched everybody, watched their practices, sat down, watched them. And about a month later, he came back to me. He said, I found the dojo. I said, really? And it was this old guy. He's an old man. He was in his 70s when I met him. His name was Jim Harrison. He was a real badass dude. Fought in Cambodia in the war. Really good friends with Chuck Norris. Right? Has won world championships. Like, he's a real badass guy. And you can see all his achievements on his wall. Him and Chuck Norris got inducted into the Karate Hall of Fame together. Joe Rogan did a whole thing on him. Right? So he's valid. And so he brought me into the dojo, and my dad was like, all right. So they sat me down. I kid you not, to this day, I still remember the speech he gave me and my dad. It was, we're going through it. And he said, it's going to take you about 10 years to become a black belt. And then he told me what's on the black belt sheet. And as he was walking through it, he was talking about how for your black belt test, you have to parachute out of a plane onto a building and do like 15 minutes worth of sparring. And then you have to work some some knife stuff and then some gun stuff, right? That's essentially what he said to me in the black belt test. And I took that hook, line, and sinker. I was like, oh damn, I'm gonna be a commando when I come out of here. And real badass guy, right? So he's teaching me how to fight, doing all this cool stuff. Really great guy. I love him. And he was a good karate sensei for a long time. Until I was about 20. Then he passed away, and I was like, oh man. So I had him from the ages of 12 to 20, teaching me all this stuff he learned in his life, and taught me a lot. Taught me a lot of ways to fight. And I think it was either Chuck Norris or Bruce Lee. I don't remember which one. But one of the two said they would never like to run into Jim Harrison in a dark alley. Yeah, Jim Harrison was a valid man. It was funny because I remember he has like green beret, like berets.
Yeah.
That because in the 90s, Green Berets would come up here to train with him. He would take them out into like the woods and like do wood survival or winter training. And he told me a story. Yeah, so he do stuff like that, and a bunch of stories, this and that. Tell me about his life. He's a badass guy, right? And then I was talking to his son, I think, a couple months back, and we're at the dojo doing training, and he talks about how Sensei Harrison parachute didn't open on him one time when he went skydiving, and they're like, "Yeah, man, your dad's dead. His parachute didn't open." And here, like 2 hours later, he comes walking out of the woods, sore than a motherfucker. He must have pulled his like reserve chute or something. Something must have happened. I don't know, but yeah, there's a lot of cool stories. I didn't get to hear from him, but there's a lot of cool ones I did get to hear from him. Yeah, so that he's a major part of my life. Just training underneath him for many years and showed me some cool shit. So whenever I travel in the world, I know I'm all good because I learned some dope stuff.
Hell yeah, dude. That's some badass shit right there, man.
Yeah, man. He taught me some really dope stuff, man. It's crazy. I think it was my second day in the class, and I'm not gonna tell that story, but he did teach me some dope stuff. Let's just leave it at that. He taught me a lot of cool shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like 13 or 14. And I was sparring with the other black belts in the class. Well, so how it worked was because my dad looks like my dad. What when people see my dad, they're like, oh, they get intimidated by him because he's that guy. You see him, you're like, oh, that's a warrior right there. So Sensei Harrison saw what my dad was looking for when he came into the dojo, right? He saw and he wanted in me. So how it works is the children's class, they don't get to train with the adults until like 16 or something like that, right? But Sensei Harrison said, no, Stormy, you're training with the adults. I was 12 years old, right? So I was training with all the adults. I'm training with people who are grown men, twice my age, twice my weight, right? I'm sparring with them. I'm doing the training. And I'm not gonna lie, they fucked me up quite a bit. And then throughout the years, eventually you just get good. When you do something enough, eventually you get good at it. And now, even though I do my sparring, right, I can sauce people up. And I'm thinking, wow, these guys are not like the black belts I faced when I was a kid. Just being able to train like that allowed me to do a bunch of dope shit. Like, so when I was running track in high school, it was kind of tough going to the dojo and training and running and then going to the dojo, right? So I was going in and out. It wasn't training as much as I should have been, but I was still training very rigorously. And so I left for a year when I was like 19 to go to Haskell and run down there because I really wanted to go to college to play sports because they don't have it for karate. They don't have it for jiu-jitsu or judo, right? And my wrestling was all right, but it wasn't the best. So I was like, well, I can make it. I can go to college for track. So that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to do that, right? So eventually I went to Haskell, walk on. Everyone walks on. Everyone gets trying on the team. And our team won a conference title, which was really cool. And it was the first time in 10 years Haskell won one. I'm not going to lie. They carried me. That team 100% carried me. I was in the race to win the conference title, but I didn't score any team points. They 100% carried me. I'm not even gonna lie about that. So they carried me, and then I got a small track scholarship out because I was training really hard. Got a small track scholarship out to California. Went out there, did my thing, learned a lot about running from this guy named Clay Mays. Really great running coach. I mean, that man knows so much about running. It's phenomenal. He coached at high school last year, I think. There's like a whole bunch of drama that went down with that. But Clay knows his stuff from all the coaches I've ran under in college. He was by far a student of the game of running. Everything he taught me in running has gone a long ways. Like the training in terms of, because I thought I knew enough about running, but when I went to train underneath him, he taught me so much more about running, the science of it, the meticulous things, what makes a great runner. He broke it down very well, and I just think that was phenomenal. He trained quite a few really good runners. One of them's name was Jackson. Now, I don't remember Jackson's first name, but I just remember Clay always talked about him, and he got Clay, that guy named Jackson, qualified for the 2020 Olympics, pre-qualified, right? Ran a time, but then he got hurt because Jackson went down to like run underneath a different coach, and that coach didn't really train him too well, and he got hurt, and there's a whole thing with that. But Clay produces really good runners, like phenomenal runners, and the amount of runners he was able to produce from there, it was awesome. And he taught me so much about running. And then, well, I hated California, and I was like, well, Clay, adios. He taught me a lot. I'm heading back to Montana. Went back to Montana. I walked into the coach's office. I said, hey, I'd like to try out for the track team. This is at Montana University, right? It's Division I, NCAA, right? All that whole thing. I walked in. I said, hey, I'd literally like to try out. Stormy Kipp. And he said, all right, you get a 2-week tryout. I said, all right. And the rest, history, made the team.
Damn.
Coach said, I like what you got at the end of the 2 weeks. I was like, bet. To this day, hardest worker on that team by far was me. I can say that with absolute truth to my heart. I can say I was the hardest worker on the team by far. I would show, because I can say that within my heart to the true extent. I can believe it. If any of those other kids on the track team say otherwise, I'll tell them to their face. To this day, I still believe I was the hardest worker on that team by far. Oh, man. Trained really hard, man.
Yeah, you work hard and everything pays off.
Yeah, it does, man. Well, results are results, man. I won the Ultimate Warrior this past summer.
Oh, yeah, I was about to bring that up. How did that go?
Fuck, that was wicked, man. That was a tough race, but I won the bastard. So as a kid, there's about four warrior races they have. There's this right now. So there's one in Crow. There's 2 on the Blackfeet res, 1 on the Crow res, and then there's 1 on the Fort Hall res, right? So there's those 4 races currently. And yeah, man. So man, those races are tough. Essentially what they consist of is running, canoeing, swimming, bike, and then you run one more time, right? So like you run 2 miles, you bike 6, and then you swim. I want to say like it was anywhere from 400 to 600 yards in this glacier, this lake that's fed by glaciers. Because the race took place in Glacier, Montana, right? So
yeah.
And this is all in the mountains. So you're biking up and down mountains, you're running in the mountains, and then you canoe a mile. Then you run another 2 miles. Right, that's that one. And then the one in Crow is you just run a mile to your canoe down the Little Bighorn, then you run like 6, and then you relay 3 horses and then relay, right? And the one in Fort Hall, I think you just, I don't know. I haven't done the one in Fort Hall. I think that one's like I've only heard about it. It's like run, canoe, bike, and then 1 horse. Yeah. So each one has like a mix of one or the other, essentially. But those are really dope races to win. Yeah, they're fun, but they're tough, man, because you got to be the ultimate warrior to win the bastard.
How many hours did it take to finish the whole course?
Ooh, that's a good question, man. I think it took me like an hour 15.
And it's just
like an hour 8. It might have took me an hour. I don't remember. new at the time. They gave me a stopwatch as like one of my achievements for winning it. It was like, oh, here's a watch for showing. I was like, oh, dope. And then they gave me some other stuff. But yeah, it was pretty cool.
So your rowing and Sooyii pretty much helped you in the canoe part.
I'm not gonna lie, man. They literally for Sooyii, that rowing part, they had straight up had me. They found a piece of driftwood, and they're like, "Oh, this will act as your oar."
Oh damn.
Yeah, that piece of driftwood was ass.
Yeah, but you still won.
Yeah, man. I won it. It was. I'm not gonna lie, man. It was an awesome moment. I was like, "Damn, I got it. I did it." It was a really dope moment because I'm not gonna lie, like college sports is fun and all, but they don't fucking pay. There's
True.
no money in track and field. The best option you want is going to the Olympics and getting a sponsorship after you win the Olympics. But there's no money in it. That's the rough part. Like even nowadays, college athletes are able to get paid for their image and likeness. But
Yeah,
fuck,
that's crazy. Because
they only
they just barely made that happen like maybe a couple years ago.
yeah. But bro, do you think people are dishing out money to the track and field? No, we have to fundraise money for our team.
True.
It goes the football players, the ballers. That's where the money's at. I chose the wrong sport.
Did you ever play basketball?
Just in middle school. Just in middle school. Yeah, I had basketball dreams once. Yeah, but at the same time, man, I just enjoyed running more.
Yeah. Because in our culture, Hopi culture, like we're runners. That's what we do is we run.
Oh yeah, I was on a team when I ran with Clay. I was on a team with the Hopi. Yeah, he's like real famous around your guys' res too.
How long ago was this? Do you know?
This is 2018, 2019.
Because I guess you would say the most famous recent runner from our tribe is that I know of is Kyle Sumutskuku.
Yeah, that was him.
Oh, him?
Yeah, it was him. That's who it was.
Yeah, I had him on the podcast like a couple weeks ago.
Oh, no shit. Is he still running?
Yeah, he's still running out there doing his thing.
Yeah, we're on the same team. We know each other.
Oh hell yeah, dude! That's what's up.
Yeah. Small world, I guess.
Oh, definitely. But you guys been taught by the best, so
Yeah, Clay knows his shit, man. People say what they want. People can say what they want about him. He just knows running very well. Clay won a national title. He was like the only one on a team full of Kenyans.
oh yeah.
Yeah. He's like a really good runner. Yeah. But the Hopies, man, those guys can drift. There's a couple guys out there that are really good runners. Yeah. There's quite a few. Me,
Yeah,
if I remember correctly, Kyle fucked around with the marathon and I think the 12 miles. Like he was more of long distance type.
yeah, he is.
Yeah, that's what he messed around with a lot more. I did the decathlon when I went to the University of Montana, right? So that was 100, 110 hurdles, 400, shot put, disc, jab, pole vault, high jump, long jump, right? 10 events. So it is long endurance, but it's explosion sports, right? Shot puts explosion, 100 meters explosion, 110 hurdles explosion. The furthest we had to run was the mile, and that was easy.
How did acting come into play?
Just something that just happened, man. That's all I can say, really. Just
You
woke up on
never
set.
you never thought about being an actor, it just happened?
It just happened. It just happened.
Damn. How did you get discovered or
How did I discover them? Is what
how did they discover you or how
they
did
didn't
you end up
discover
on the
me, bro. Trust me, I discovered them.
Oh yeah. How did you end up on the set?
right time, right place, I suppose, man. Honestly, that's like basically how it went down.
Do you remember your first acting role?
Sooyii.
Oh, that's it. Oh shit.
Yeah, bro, that was the first one.
Damn, that's just recent too.
Yeah, man, I was a grown man.
Wow, that's a trip.
Like I told you, bro, I was training in the dojo as a kid. I wasn't worried about Hollywood. I was training.
True.
Like, God damn, I get off school. I'm like, God, man, God damn, I gotta go fight those grown men now. I don't want to do that.
Damn, that's crazy. How do you like acting so far?
It's pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie. I like it. You get to do dope stuff, go travel around the world, see new things, get to do new things. So yeah, I enjoy it.
Because as an actor, you get to learn a lot of things too.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true. I get to work with a lot of cool people. A lot of cool people.
Who's the one actor or native actor that you want to work with in the future?
You know, funny story. I ran into West Studi, right?
Oh shit.
Yeah, we were staying at this hotel back in January, March, April, June this year. I was staying at this hotel, and at the top of the hotel was this bar and grill, right? So I was like, oh, I'll go check that out. Check out the skyscraper from the top, right? And I was over there shooting, doing some stuff for this job I was on, and I ran into West Studi. I was like, oh shit, it's West Studi. You know, we get to talk and we talk it up a little bit. And then this is before Prey came out. I showed him a picture from Prey. I was like, hey man, I'm in that movie. And he's like, really? And I showed him a picture and he's like, whoa, that's awesome. You know, so that was a pretty cool moment so far. But otherwise, I'd like to work with West Studi. I think that'd be awesome.
He's on Reservation Dogs.
He is, bro.
Going back to Reservation Dogs, when you saw Amber Midthunder on that episode where they had that youth summit,
Oh yeah. I was like, good shit.
because that was a surprise to see her on there. I was like, oh shit.
I thought it was pretty cool. I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was awesome too.
Yeah, it was all around fire.
Maybe next thing you know, you'll be cast on an episode.
You know, bro, I try to stick out of TV land. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't really fuck around TV too much.
Hey, man, I like your honesty, though. That's what's up, man.
Yeah, listen, when you look at actors, you see them, right? And you're like, oh, that was the one from that TV show and this TV show. But you never see TV stars make it into movies.
Facts.
So I'm more in the movie realm. I like movies. TV, it's something that's cool, but it's not really my alleyway I really want to go down. It's more movies. So I just kind of stay away from TV in general. Unless it's like something that I can't turn on. Like, goddamn, this is a great script. This thing's amazing. I have to do it.
Were you always a fan of the Predator movies, or did you become a fan after getting cast in the movie?
You know, it's crazy. I called my buddy and we're talking, and I was like, dude, do you remember when we were 10 years old? We were at your house and we watched Alien versus Predator. And he's like, yeah. And I was like, that was the first time I watched that. And he's like, really? I was like, yeah. And isn't that crazy? 10 years, like 12 years later, here I am in starring in it. I was like, damn, isn't that crazy, man? It was a trip. So it was pretty cool.
Did you audition for that movie?
For Prey?
Yeah, for Prey.
Yeah, of course, man. Of course. Sent a couple emails off, did some line reading, you know, the usual stuff. And then I got selected. I was like, all right, that's awesome. Let's go make this movie happen.
Now, did you know it was for a Predator movie, or did you think you were auditioning for something else?
Yeah, no, I knew it was for.
Oh, okay.
Kind of tough to hide that stuff.
How did it feel to be face to face with the Predator in the filming process?
Listen. I'm gonna point something out to you. All right.
Go for it.
Out of the bear, the Frenchman, and the predator himself, the only one to put Naru down was Wasape. Think about that. There's a reason why the predator took me out first. He knew I was too much of a danger.
Yeah, because I can understand that because like you were like in that movie you were the tough, not the tough one because like you would want order and you wanted to be the one. I guess you could say.
Yeah, I was trying to, man. So, but yeah, at the end of the day, man, the predator saw me and he's like, I can't do hand-to-hand combat with this guy. He's too deadly. Had to use the laser cannon. Whipped it out. I didn't know what a laser cannon was. That's how he got me. He saw what two warriors did to him. Imagine if there's three of us, bro.
Three.
All right. And Naru just ran off. Didn't even bother to help fight with the boys. And Tabe just was gone. He was out in the field hiding.
Because you were the first. I mean, you were the first one to step up to the predator because like you didn't know what it was or who he was.
It's the truth, bro. But that's how it is, man. He knew I was too much of a threat. But you know, it was a good movie though. It was pretty good. I enjoyed it.
When did you guys start filming for that video or for that movie?
Last year, sometime in April. And we didn't finish until, I mean, I think it was April 26th I left. And I didn't finish filming until like June or July. But yeah. And then I know they shot until like August.
How did it feel to go back in time on the set?
Bro, every set I go on, it's always back in time.
How does that feel to you?
It's unique.
Would you rather live in that era or would you rather be in the era as of today?
Listen, I was born in this era for a reason. So it's this era.
Damn, that is facts right there.
It's the truth, though, man. If I was meant to be born in a different era, it would have happened. If I was born in this one,
Hell yeah,
I'm meant to
dude.
do stuff in this one.
How did you feel to be able to represent Native Americans in your films?
It's a good question. When I represented the Comanche people, I really tried my best to get in tip-top physical shape. Because usually when they represent Indians on camera, they're not chiseled or they just don't have that look, right? That fierce look. And I wanted my best, because I knew I was portraying another tribe. I wanted to do my best to portray them in the best of light. So in terms of looks, I tried extremely hard to get very fit. I mean, because they had us in these quarantine prior to shooting for like 2 weeks. So I was just in this room for 2 weeks and I got really bored. So I would do absurd numbers of calisthenics, right? The next day I'd do like, all right, another 500, right? So like I was doing my best to actually get physically fit in terms of for camera. Because I was athletic for track, right?
Yeah.
But now it's just time to make it look very fine for them. So yeah. And I'll tell you this, man, I got Indian genetics like crazy. It's really tough for me to get like bulky or, yeah, man. It's weird because yeah. So I try my best to get in the best physical shape, and yeah, I look not half bad.
Do you see yourself as a role model for young indigenous kids?
It's a good question. Honestly, man, I just see myself as an Indian.
No role model or nothing like, because I'm pretty sure after kids seen Prey, they were probably like, "Damn, who's that?" You know.
Shit, I'd say be your own hero.
Dude, this is. I mean, I like your like how you just portray everything as a positivity and motivational type.
That makes me happy to hear. Thank you. I
Oh
appreciate
yeah, dude. The way you speak these words into existence is like you're actually living your dream.
it. Yeah, you're right, man. You're right. In a way, you just kind of gotta work for it. I mean, at the end of the day, man, there comes a point. So, like in high school, I was training extremely hard, right? And then there comes that question: what are you willing to give up to be good? What are you
Yeah.
willing to give up to win? Is it Friday nights, Saturday nights? Is it hanging out with these beautiful girls? What is it? Like, what is it? What is that one thing you're giving up just so you can get that moment, that one moment where the crowd's and you're standing victorious over your defeated opponents. Like, what? Or it could be the other way around. You could be that defeated opponent walking off the mat or walking off the track, wherever you may be going, right? It's like, what did you give up, though? Did you give up enough? Did you train hard enough? Or was it that one Saturday you went out? And was it the other guy? Was he training that Saturday, right? So these are a lot of questions you ask yourself. Like me, I don't drink or smoke. I don't see any benefits from doing it. So
Yeah.
by DQ, since I don't drink or smoke, what's the point of going out? Right? So, well, I have nothing to do Friday night because I don't do none of those things. Let's go work out.
Exactly, because that's the same mentality I got because I don't drink or smoke either, and I skateboard. So that's one thing that benefits me is the fact that since I don't do those things, like I go out and skateboard a lot more and try to learn new tricks and all that stuff.
I once did a skateboarding movie. In the skateboarding movie, I auditioned for it, right? And they asked me, "Can you skateboard?" I was like, "Oh, I'm athletic. I can skateboard." So I went up to the skate park for a couple days, practiced some tricks, and then at conclusion, I sent in my video, and I realized, yeah, I'm not getting this role. I can't skateboard at all. So skateboarding is a very hard skill to learn.
Yeah, it is. It's a physical and mental sport.
So I play a lot of chess, right? And you got to analyze the chessboard as life because you're making moves out there 3 to 6 steps deep. How is this going to affect X, Y, and Z if I move here? Right? So that's chess, but that's also applies to life. So I play with this grandmaster. He goes by the name Octopus or Greg. And I play with him once a week. And I haven't got to play with him this summer because we went on summer vacation. But before he left, our last game we're playing, he tells me this quote. He didn't even mean to. It was just we're playing a game, and he says, "Absolute victory consists in taking away all the best moves where there are no moves possible left to take for the opponent." So when you're playing the game of life, right? What is the best move for you? Because there's other moves you can make. They might be slightly weaker, but is it the best move? Will it improve your game that much more? Because if you're set up in a very strong position, you work towards getting there. Not right? So that's how it works. Now, if you set up yourself in a weak position, it's going to take a lot more precise precision moves to get to a stronger position in the game of chess. And that's in life as well.
Same thing goes for skateboarding. Like skateboarding, like I'm going back to skateboarding, and it teaches you a bunch of
Lessons?
Life lessons, yeah. Because as a skateboarder, like people are just think like, oh, they're just skateboarders. They're over here destroying shit and doing all this shit. But in reality, in our world, it's like teaching us patience. It's teaching us um, how to how to fall. Just like in life, you fall, you get back up. Just like with any sport, I guess you could say. But with skateboarding, it's like a mental game, and it does teach you a lot of life lessons.
What's one of the life lessons you learned from skateboarding?
Patience.
Mm. That
'Cause
is that is a very important one right there. That is very important.
patience. The reason why it's patience because with skateboarding tricks, you're just not gonna learn it that first day or that first hour. A skateboarding trick will take you weeks, months, even years just to learn one simple trick. Like for me, when I first started skateboarding, it was an ollie. A ollie took me, I don't know, maybe 2 years to learn. Then after that, it was a kickflip, which took even longer. So skateboarding teaches you a lot of patience. That's what skateboarding taught me is patience.
Damn, that's a good lesson right there. That's solid.
Patience. So I use that in life is patience because I used to be before skateboarding, I used to be like really like anxious of getting things done right then and there or learning something right then and there. But when I found skateboarding and like it taught me patience. That's one thing that taught me out of life was just patience.
I like that. I like that. It's a good one.
When you were auditioning for that skateboarding role movie, how long did you stay at the skate park?
Ooh, I was there for 2 days. In total, I probably spent about 6 hours at the skate park.
And after you were done, what went through your mind?
There's a lot more skill to it than I thought. I'm not gonna lie, man. Going down the ramps is probably one of the toughest things to learn for me because you're just dropping on in.
Yeah, because you got there's like when I first started doing that too, it's like I fell on my face, man. Like I face planted the concrete.
Yeah, it was a lot to learn, but I'm glad I got that experience. I learned some new cool stuff.
That's what's up, dude. Can you ride a skateboard though? Like just like cruise?
I can longboard. Like I'm
Oh,
gonna tell you
yeah.
this right now. If you put me on a regular skateboard, I won't be on there for very long.
That goes back to those. Have you seen those one wheel boards? Those just the
Yeah,
one
yeah, yeah.
tire.
I've seen those,
It's crazy how people can ride that, but they can't ride like a regular skateboard.
bro. I can fuck it up on a ripstick though.
The one where you're just like wiggling around.
Yeah, bro. Those are so much fun.
See, that's the thing. Like, I can't ride a ripstick or that one wheel thing. It's like, to me, that's complicated. But I can ride a skateboard.
Yeah, man. Ripsticks, bro. Those things are fun.
It's crazy how people can stay on that. It's just like you have to keep wiggling and wiggling just to move that thing.
Yeah, but I'll tell you this: you can't travel in the city with those, man. Those wheels barely get over like the lines
Oh
themselves on the
yeah,
sidewalk. Yeah,
now they have those electric longboards and all that stuff.
defeats the purpose of skateboarding.
True, because you see those all over in the cities. What is your greatest ambition?
Ooh, it depends on what point in my life.
Let's say,
Olympic gold medal.
hmm,
One of my greatest ambitions, right there.
in the Olympic, what event do you want to win a gold
I
for?
wanted to do it for track, but since I'm no longer running track, I realize that dream has faded now. I don't know yet. I'll let you know someday.
Facts. Facts.
Because the type of karate they do in the Olympics, it's pretty gay. I'm not gonna lie. Like
Dude.
that type of karate is, like, we call it spit karate because you just touch them and you get a point. You can spin on them and you get a point. It's like, it's not. I saw this guy get knocked out in the Olympic gold medal match at the Olympics, right? And he ended up winning because the other guy hit him too hard.
Damn.
Right? So see what I'm saying? As you understand, if you get knocked out in most sports, you usually lose.
Mm-hmm.
Not at the Olympics for karate. That guy who won, you're like, what? He's out cold. So I can't say the karate for the Olympics anymore because that's pretty whack. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. There's a sport out there. I don't know. It depends, man. It depends on what sport they bring it in. Like, if they bring in like a really dope sport, for example, if they brought in MMA for the Olympics, that'd be
that
awesome.
would be bad. Hell yeah, dude.
Or karate combat, like legit karate combat, what they have over new fighting style. Now that's legit karate right there. This is one karate combat. It's like starting to become bigger nowadays, but those guys do real karate. Sport karate's trash. Competition, I should say. Competition karate's trash. The same for competition taekwondo's trash.
Like a couple years ago, they announced that skateboarding was going to be in the Olympics, and
wasn't it at Tokyo's?
Yeah, it was supposed to be there, but to me, like, I find that, this is my opinion, skateboarding shouldn't be in the Olympics because it's whack. Like, I get the fact that people are really into because skateboarding's been mainstream for a while now, and now people want to make it like guess want to make more money off it. Like, all these big companies started coming in, and I think it's whack that the skateboarding is in the Olympics. To me, that's not real skateboarding.
You're right, man. Well, I mean, I don't know nothing about skateboard, bro. So you gotta educate me on this.
Cause let's see, cause I started skateboarding back in the early 2000s, where skateboarding was actual, like, it was fun. Like, nobody was worried about getting sponsored, or nobody was worried about followers or likes, because back then we didn't have no social media. It was just out hanging with the homies, and
Hey.
because we would skate like the school parking lots or in front of like restaurants. Because on the reservation where I grew up, there was some pretty decent skate spots, like at the high schools and public schools, even in front of like the McDonald's, or even in front of the trading post. And to me, that was real skateboarding, because you were actually out having fun with your friends. Like, all we did was tricks, and we didn't, like I said, we didn't have social media back then. But now skateboarding is like mainstream to the point where everybody cares about, oh, I need to get a clip for my Instagram. I need more followers. And it's just, I mean, it's cool that skateboarding got its notoriety in the last few years, or not few years, but last decade. But to have it in the Olympics, it's just, to me, it's whack.
Mm.
I'm not a competition skateboarder. I skate because I love it. I have a passion for it. I've been skating for like at least, let's see. I started skating back in 2002. Man, that's been a long time. Probably like 23 years now, maybe.
Damn, so you got some tricks you could hit.
Well, I used to. I'm not in my prime anymore.
Hey. Spoken like any res baller I've met, bro.
Not in my prime anymore.
You just hit me with that line, bro. That's a good one. I like that.
Because back then I didn't really care, because like I was doing handrails, stairs, all that shit. And as you get older and you have a family, like you kind of got to take it easy because you have a job, you know. And
Bro, this,
like,
bro, you're telling the truth, man.
and it's just like I gotta take it easy now. I can't be fucking jumping off stairs or doing what I used to do back then. I mean, I can't do that anymore because like back then I had no fear, and now I'm just like I can't even do that anymore because I get freaked out so quick. So I just stick to like the flat grounds and some flat ledges or rails on the ground. So I can't really be going hardcore anymore because I don't know what's gonna happen if I break a leg and I can't work anymore. You know.
Yep.
So that's what skateboarding is to me. It's like that's my passion. That's it's just not a hobby. Just like you, like your martial arts is your life because that's what you grew up doing.
It is, man. And I'll just tell you this, man. All the sports I like doing, there's no fucking money in. I'm gonna tell you this right now. There's no money in fighting unless you make it to like the UFC fighters. They get what, 50,000 if they win, and that's like being on the upper tiers, like top 15. I want to say I don't know their pay scale, but I just know it's tough because what you maybe fight twice a year, going against some of the best fighters in the world. Just for, I mean, if you lose, man, money doesn't matter. It's that loss, and that goes a long fucking ways. Losing in combat sports fucking sucks because it's humiliating, man. Everyone watched you lose. You're like, fuck, god damn it. It's like any street fight, bro. No one wants to lose in a street fight,
Yeah,
right? It's the same thing, man. You're like, fuck, I gotta fuck him up. So there's a lot of risk. Like in basketball, you lose a basketball game. Oh well. In fighting, you get knocked out. They make fucking memes about you,
facts.
right? Like look at what's that? That guy who fought Jake Paul, Nate Robinson.
Nate Robbins. Oh yeah.
Bro, they made memes about him when he got knocked out. He's a ball player, right? He got knocked
Yeah.
out by you two. You know how humiliating that is? Look at those two UFC fighters. Tyron Woodley, who was the champ, got knocked cold.
God knocked. Yep.
Humiliating. Had to get a tattoo on his hand, right?
Yep.
Not like losing the playoffs in the NBA or losing championship in basketball. Get knocked the fuck out in front of everybody by a YouTuber, right? So there's the reason why they took those fights because there's no money in fighting. That was probably the first time they got offered a couple $1 million to fight. And Tyron Woodley's world champ. I don't know how much he made on his pro fights, right? Or even the same for God damn it, I'm forgetting Ben Askren.
Oh yeah. He didn't. To me, he didn't really try.
Bro, losing's losing at the end of the day. You get knocked out in front of everybody. Everyone's gonna talk shit about you. So I mean that's so there's no money in fighting, right? There's no money in running unless you make it to those top tiers, which are very tough. Because everyone else in the world, there's a couple billion people on the earth, and they're all trying to get there, right? So it's very tough.
Yeah.
But there's money in acting. I'll tell you that. There's money there.
Yeah, because I don't like the guy Jake Paul, but I like his business mentality of how he's running the his fights because he was speaking about how Dana White doesn't pay his fighters enough,
It's the truth, though,
and
man. It's the truth.
Jake Paul's over here paying like fucking thousands and thousands of even millions of dollars to these fighters.
Yeah, man. That's the tough part about fighting. Is like you risk getting knocked out, potentially crippled, and then you do all these months of training on top of it. Like, fighting, there's a lot of stress in fighting.
Yeah.
But, it is what it is. It's also
Now,
just as glorious when you win, though.
Because hearing you talk, like you're really you're a competitive person.
Yeah, yeah,
You have that winning mentality.
yeah. I'm not gonna lie though. As the past couple months after I won the Ultimate Warrior, I kind of eased up on training. I was like, I don't need to train as hard. I won it. Go to TV land, movie land for a bit. See how that treats me. It's not bad. I'm enjoying it. Like a stud horse put out to pasture now.
And you're getting paid for it.
Getting paid, yeah. Just keep working out. I don't have to work out as hard. I don't have to worry about. But at the end of the day, man, you just gotta keep growing. I mean, right now I'm working on teaching myself the violin.
Oh shit.
Like the drive never stops. I may not be learning new skills in
Yeah.
track or new martial art moves, but I'm still learning shit. It's gonna take me a while to get good at the violin, but I can play. I can do 3 songs on the piano right now, but the violin is next.
That saying they have in the acting world, triple threat.
Triple threat. Educate me. I'm not familiar with this in acting. I know it in basketball. I'm not familiar with it in acting.
Oh, in acting, I just hear like actors talk about it, like, "Oh, I'm a triple threat," because they like have all these different skills.
Different skills they can pull out on camera.
Exactly. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Because like you have your martial arts background, you have an athletic background, you have acting, and you just have that strong will and mentality of getting it, like going after what you want.
Yeah, it's fun though.
So
That's part of the race, though. It's fun.
yeah,
Got to have
so
a little
like
competition, right?
definitely, because without competition, then you're not training hard enough, or you're not basically perfecting your craft. So it is good to have competition.
That is the truth.
What's next for you, and what are you looking for in your next potential roles?
Well, I got to leave to LA next week. I got to go have some meetings, some sit downs, some discussions, and then we'll see after that. But otherwise, just over here about to graduate college in the meantime.
When do you graduate college?
I'm in my last class right now. Literally one class. After this semester, I'm done.
What are you going to school for?
I'll have a degree in history and a minor in theater.
Nice. Damn, see, like you're more than a triple threat.
Man, it took a life. And I'm always learning, man. Always learning every day. Every day I have a set list of things I need to accomplish. I read out of books that aren't assigned to me in class, like one chapter. And then I have my morning exercises I do, mainly stretches. And then get done whatever I need to do for the day, like homework or whatever that may be. And then I have a list of things I need to get done. I finish those. And then the next day is ready to begin. I just have a list of things like crossing off and skills I like working on, like playing the piano. But violin, that's the next one. I don't know when or how long, but eventually I will be able to play a song.
I hear you on that, because it seems like you're a pretty fast learner at things. Like when you set your mind to something, like you're committed to it.
Well, I learned an important lesson in life on this hunt I went on one time. And it was when there's only one thing to do, only do that one thing. Do not add multiple things. Do not finish that one thing and then move on to the next task. Once you have finished it, you can move on. Do not add other things in between. And that
Yeah,
will keep you
because
pretty straight. Yeah.
Yeah, because if you start adding things to it, you're just gonna lose focus of that one thing that you were supposed to be trying to do.
Exactly, man. That's exactly what it is.
I mean, people say that they're multitaskers, but
There's no
at the
such
end,
thing as multitasking.
yeah, yeah,
You just switch between things very fast. There's no such thing as multitasking. You just switch in
exactly.
between and you do things half-assed when you do it that way.
Hell yeah, dude. See, I like your mentality, dude. That shit's fucking badass, man. Like you have the same mentality as I do. And when you try to speak like this to others, they like think like you're crazy or something.
Well, we're a
It's,
rare breed, my friend. We're a rare breed.
hell yeah, dude. There's been an amazing explosion in indigenous storytelling between Dark Winds and Reservation Dogs. What does this mean to you? Like finally seeing representation like this for our native people.
It's pretty cool. I mean, even if I wasn't in acting, I'd be doing something else. No doubt in my mind. So acting's cool. I mean, I had this old Indian who's been in this game a lot longer than me, a lot longer. And he told me, Westerns come and go, then the space age comes, and then Westerns are back in. So he said, this wave we're riding right now, essentially, it's going to be big, hot for a minute, then it's going to
Mhm.
fade away, and on to the next thing, space stuff, probably. So it's good. It's a bull market, as some would say. So it's good things. But at the same time, for all the other actors out there, either become well established or you don't need to be in Indian movies, Indian films, and you can just be in regular films to keep acting. Yeah, that's it. That's the only thing. If you really want to do acting, that should be the only path. Don't have plan Bs, because then you're and that sets in that mindset you never really want to do in the first place.
Just one more thing. What do you got to say to those people out there that discriminate against our native youth, such as boys who have long hair? Because I have long hair, my son has long hair. Like you have long hair. Like
I wouldn't say nothing to them, but I'd say something to the Indian kids growing up with long hair, and that is be proud of who you are, because there's very few of us left, and everyone wants to be Indian. Literally, wherever you go at in the world, I've been to 13 countries, 13 or 11. I have to recount, but everywhere I go, they're always infactionated with Indians, whether it's the Japanese or the Swedes or the Polish, the Germans. They all want to be Indians. And if so, yeah, everyone wants to be us, but they aren't. So if you're an Indian boy out there or girl that has long hair, be proud of it, because there's I heard Sharon Kicking Woman. She had if I remember correctly, she got her PhD from Stanford, and she said you're more likely to be struck by lightning twice than being born Native American.
hmm.
So walk strong, be proud of who you are, and achieve great things in your life. We can do another one then, for
Yeah, we
sure.
can do a part two sometime again. That'd be dope. Cause
Yeah,
I like. I mean this vibe that we're going. It's like mellow and it's just chill and bro, we need to do this again.
I'm down, man. We'll set something up, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, yeah, dude. So on that note, I just want to say to the boys and girls out there who have long hair, what does long hair mean to me? I've had long hair since I was about 6 or 7 years old, and growing up with long hair, and as I got older, I got better understanding of why it was so important for me to have long hair. And throughout my life, you go through trial and tribulations, and all that goes into your hair. Your hair is always with you, so that represents the strength you gain through that experience in your life. And just going day in, day out with my hair and everything I go through and everything goes into it. And all that steams from your thoughts and everything that goes through your hair And through my life, I recognize that and acknowledge that. I've gone through challenges from my peers and people who were non-native that didn't understand my long hair and why a male has long hair. And I use that as an opportunity to educate people that don't know why we have long hair. I have long hair because that's my strength, and also our ancestors had long hair. It is also our medicine. Also, my dad and my uncles and brothers, we all had long hair. It is in our culture. Having long hair signifies my power and also connects us to Mother Earth and connect us to the ground. We have long hair because we feel connected to the Creator. So in response to our young Native boys and men and women who have long hair, I encourage you to keep having long hair. Be proud and empower and embrace your hair. Be proud of your cultural roots. Kwakwa. Be strong, be resilient, be who you are. So, kwakwa for everybody tuning into this podcast. I appreciate you guys for hopping on. Again, it means a lot to me. Until next time, y'all stay safe out there. Kwakwa.
I'm an Indian outlaw, half Cherokee and Choctaw. My baby, she's a Chippewa, she's a one of a kind. All my friends call me Bear Claw. The village chieftain is my pawpaw. He gets his orders from my mama. She makes him walk the line. You can find me in my wigwam. I'll be beating on my tom-tom. Pull out the pipe and smoke you some. Hey, and pass it around. 'Cause I'm an Indian outlaw, half Cherokee and Choctaw. My baby, she's a Chippewa, she's a one of a kind.
So, that's all I got for you today on this episode. Please do me a favor and share the podcast. And if you want to support Naqwatsveni Skateboarding and the podcast, don't forget to head over to our YouTube channel. Click that subscribe button, like the videos, and comment. Those quick and easy things really do help us to reach more people. Also, don't forget to visit us on our website at squareup.com/Naqwatsveni Skateboarding for the latest Naqwatsveni apparel, such as shirts, skateboards, hoodies, hats, grip tape, stickers, and more. Until next time, y'all have a good one. Kwakwa for listening.